Wow. Lakers are getting pretty smart. They went ahead and got a hold of Steve Nash. What? Sure, he's 38 years old, but don't get it twisted. He still has some moves left, and they've always been short of a point guard. Kobe knows how to pass. He's got some moves, but he's an excellent shooter, and he's supposed to be the shooting guard. So you kind of detrimentally mess up his game a little bit when you make him do all this passing when his real thing is shoot the lights out and pass when appropriate. And Steve Nash, even though he's a little fella, he, in my opinion, kind of fills the same gap that would have happened if Dwight Howard had came across. So now they don't have to recruit Dwight Howard. They can. It's not going to hurt. They can, but it ain't necessary. And so, and it was weird the way Steve Nash was set up because there was talks about him going back to Mavericks with Dirk. There was talks about him going over to the Knicks with his former coach from the Phoenix Suns and getting back with Stoudemire and blah, 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 blah. And then at the risk of going off course, Jeremy Lin might be leaving New York to go to Dallas or something. So the plot thickens. But I think the Lakers pulled something pretty smooth coming up with Steve Nash. That's a powerful piece of the puzzle to be able to kind of contend with Oklahoma. I think they could probably surpass the Spurs, and we'll see what they can do with Dallas because Dallas doesn't seem to be that big of a challenge. But I think this does strengthen the Lakers. So if they could just get like maybe one or two more little pieces in there, but Gasol, Kobe getting older. Gasol's kind of older too. Nash is older, but he's still got probably 2 years left to get that ring. And I think that was a smart move on Steve Nash's part to come to the Lakers to have a chance for a ring. Going to the Knicks, maybe. But going to the Lakers, a little bit more solid chance. I think if we went to the Knicks, it might have been like maybe a 72% chance with Stoudemire and with Carmelo Anthony and with some of those other guys. But going over to the Lakers with Gasol and with Bynum and with Kobe and with Nash, that gives them a more solid round of ammunition to do some damage. Now if they pick up a couple other smooth moves, it's all good. So let's see how powerful that Steve Nash moves as the season goes along. So we'll check it out next year and see what's happening. And one last thing I want to mention. I think the Lakers are smart giving up some of their first draft picks to pick up some of these all-stars to do something now, right now, as opposed to trying to do something later. So that's huge. So let's see how this ball bounces in the long haul, but can't deny that's a nice, nice pickup. It almost feels to me like picking up a Chris Paul type thing. And, oh, I didn't even know that Steve Nash had been picking up some serious assists at 38. I think at 38 years old and 37 years old, so this year and last year, he was the top assist leader. Who knew? Who knew? I thought sure there was somebody else out there like Chris Paul or Jeremy Lin before he got hurt and maybe somebody else that had more assists than him. But no, Steve Nash was number one. So I think assists are pretty important. So if he gets the most assists, he's going to the Lakers. I think the Lakers got a better chance. So let's find out what happens. We'll check this out in the future and see if Steve Nash was as great an acquisition, and it seems to be. We'll be back later to check this stuff out.